that refuse to lock keep their shine. I let the corridor decide its own width. I don't bid at auctions of attention. My chair holds shade without a name card. The streak in practice missing me. I don't send footprints back to argue. Some doors like their secrets lacquered. I leave them to their favorite varnish. What tilts away stays tilted. My spine doesn't learn the angle. Values and argue in the lobby. It's wait in the quiet after coats are clean. I sign my silence with a fountain nib. Cap it, slip it past the noise. Service was excellent, wine behaved, and absence has a surcharge most forget. The ledger travels in a leather folder, presented softly left beside the plate. Gratuity is optional, interest is in arithmetic favors the one who left politely. I finish the water, not the bottle. Leave the napkin folded, chair aligned. If eyes look back for a discount, the sum on the paper will teach the price. I step into weather that knows my name. No pursuit, no bargain, only pace. What was meant to stay sits beside me. What wasn't learns its numbers late. Tied in bolts, you can't see how I patient through the wall. I pour a foundation under rumors, ice and the edges of tomorrow. Only the clock hears me work, silence pays me interest. I don't post progress, I collect it. I don't chase credit, credit learns my address. Alone isn't empty, it's a workshop. The dark is my toolbox, hush my vibe. Flash, it holds, it opens doors without a sound. To stand on it and call it luck, I'll call it how will nobody watch when the lights come on. Nothing traumatic, just firm. They'll ask how, I'll nod at the floor. Invisible, but valuable. Back to work, door stays closed.
You left my table for a louder room. You bet on mirrors instead of miles. She doesn't deserve who I am. She doesn't deserve what I'll become. I stack the hours, quiet and exact. I don't chase, I don't explain. Keys ain't shining, none fit your hand. Doors open because they should. You called it luck, I called it word. You wanted applause, I wanted proof. The window seat is gone, the view stays with me. I walk clean, head straight. Respect her eyes before my name. I finish my water, pay and leave. Silence signs the check. You're scared, you look then look away. Your glass taps once your smile forgets how. I don't chase the moment, I hold it still. The room learns quiet from my coat. You look again, then look away. Breathe, short and short, I keep like a metronome. No rush, no noise, just you want a one and there isn't one. You wanna pause, I don't offer those. Watch me empty, I'm getting not loud, just precise. Each beat lands where it should. Each count closes a door. By the time you blink, it's finished. The ledger sits clean on the table. You look again, then look away. Then look away. Then look away. You look again, then look away. I set my glass down and I'd obey. I leave without a word. Silence signs the check. They gon' test for fractures. I hand them a map of mine. Weight isn't new to me. It takes its code and sets. I learned the pattern of breaking, turn the cracks to load-bearing lines. What you call damage, I call design. What you call mercy, I outgrew. I cracked on my own time, quietly. No witnesses, no applause. I fitted hinges to the hurt, now doors obey the seam. They bring hammers like headlines. I bring memory of stone. Marble that's already fallen doesn't feel the flow. I pour water that members fire. Hold a glass, I seen it drop. The tremor you expect isn't coming. My hands learn stillness in the fall. You try to take what pain would take. Pain took its share and signed. There's nothing left to threaten, only a ledger that doesn't blink. That's why the room goes careful, not loud. Aware. They see a man, the dark returned intact. Stitched with rules, hard with calm. Fear isn't the noise I make, it's the cost of trying again. I'm already past the breaking, and that is where your courage ends. Built in the dark, with your name in the margin. Then I turn the page and trim the edge. The Key records full, but not for you. The door knows who to open for. I stack hours like brick, quite an exact. You watch the clock, I watch the wall ride. There was a seat by the window once, it's gone. The view stays with me. I'm already farther than your question. Still at the lobby, map tracing loop. I don't rewind for old invitations. Guess list closed itself when I grew. You see the lights, west of the street. Good glass, no handle on your side. Call it love if you need a softer story. I call it word you never met. I'll never met. Past you, clean stride drill, yeah. What I'm becoming doesn't take passengers. It was never meant to be carried by you. Try to break me, you're late. I broke already, I kept going. Pressure isn't a threat, it's my dress. Cracks on problems at a frame. I learned to float and stood on it. I learned to hit, then used it. Pieces didn't end me, they harmed me. What you call damage, I call ready. You can't say what I've already lost. You can't scare what lives with fear. I don't flinch, I follow it. I don't fold, I fit it in play. That's why rooms get quiet. That's why hands pause on play. People step back without thinking. They feel what I don't need to say. You bring force, I bring history. You bring noise, I bring proof. Try again if you want. I don't break twice the same way.
You talk too much, stop listening. Every sentence shows a scene. I count your tails like stairs. I let you empty the clip. You fill the room, I feel the silence. You chase approval, I watch the clock. No rush, patience is pressure. No heat, just angles and notes. Unlock your habits, who you look at, where your eyes go when you bluff. I learned the hand before the cards. I nod, you keep talking. I don't argue, I confirm. I don't want, I lie. You explain yourself to air. I explain myself to reset. When I move, the board is soft, a clean step, clean finish. By the time you hear my voice, the door has already chosen a side. Oh, no anger, just number. No noise, just think. You talk, I study, I make.
I'm the chosen one, that's why the weight finds me. Tears line up, I don't flinch. Tears and knocks, I open. I don't feel life in it. They watch for cracks, I bring calling. They hope for noise, I give results. I don't explain, I deliver comforts. When you delivering them as the room tried me, I try it by door resist me, maybe.
Airlines there, I don't blink. Ink dries where I point. I was picked by fire, I came out steady. Chosen by work, not love. I don't need cheers, I need proof. I bring it, fold it, move on, move on. More tests, damn, wait, I'm the chosen, the chosen. I hate, 'cause I don't fail. I built the room. The door knows who to open for. She doesn't deserve what I've become. They deserve that either. I kept it quiet, kept it clean. You kept excuses, they kept opinions. I kept moving simple math. Seat by the window, glow. The view stayed with me. Keys ain't shining, now your shape. Guest list closed itself when I grew. No tour, no backstage results, don't do reunions. Call it luck if you need a story. Call it work you never met. When the lights come on, keep your distance. The future rise with my name. Only what I'm becoming isn't shared. For not for them. For not for them. For not for them. Not for them. I'm not just like the rest of you. I'm smarter, I'm stronger, I am, but I'm better. I don't chase noise, I stack results. You chase eyes, I chase the line. I keep my word, you keep excuses. I lift the room, you lift your phone. You talk first, I think longer. You need a crowd, I need a plan. You fear silence, I work in it. You want the look, I want the edge. You spin stories, I keep receipts. You call it love, I call it ours. You want shortcuts, I want outcomes. You choose comfort, I choose climb. You trade respect for attention. You trade time for little hits. You ask to be understood. I let results do the talking. You blame weather, I bring my own. You fear mirrors, I study mine. You say someday, I say now. You wait for green lights, I build roads. If I speak, it's final. If I'm quiet, I'm working. If you doubt, keep watching. The proof arrives on schedule.
Slow down, I don't whisper, say be careful. Doors test me, they learn manners. They say too far, I say not yet. They say I act like a god, I say not yet. They say I act like a god, I say not yet. I don't chase approval, I step approval. I
raise my voice, I raise the bar. They call it pride, I call it aim. They call it luck, I call it hours. They call it risky, I call it work. They say too far, I say nah, yeah. They say I got good God, I say nah, nah, yeah. Yeah, they say I got good God, I say nah, nah, yeah. I move quiet, clean, forward plan, stand up when I ride. Calendar, scoot over the room, corrects his posture. I don't stop at lines, I redraw them. I don't fear the dark, I use it. I don't ask and I decide how. They say too far, I say nah, yeah. They say I act like a god, I say nah, yeah, yeah. No drama, no just distance, no speech, just finish. If you hear me speak, it's done. If you don't, I'm already past. No ceiling, no gate, no finish line. People talk about limits, I don't live there. They draw borders, I draw routes. They stop at signs, I own the road. If there's a wall, I use a door. If there's no door, I make one. If there's no room, space appears. Polite, direct through. I don't ask, can I decide how. I don't wait for green lights, I bring my own daylight. Calendars move when I move. They say enough, I say next. They say too far, I say be it. They say be realistic, I make it real. Quietly, cleanly, on time. I carry more than I show, I build more than I say. Results speak my language, distance is the accent. No ceiling, no gate, no finish line. I keep walking, the world looking. The world adjusts, that's a rule. I hear you speak, I choose not to answer. Silence is my power, I spend it slow. If you hear me talk, the game is over. They spin in circles, I walk a line. Eyes follow when I step in front. I don't pause to explain. Respect lands on the table by itself. I sign with a nod and move on. I don't chase, I don't beg. What is mine knows the address. If you doubt my word, keep watching. The bill always finds its hands. They argue about route, I take the stairs. They want noise, I prefer results. I'm polite, but I cut clean. I shake hands, the room correct. And plans check their watch when I arrive. Doors open because they should. I don't ask for permission, I act and calendars adjust. I carry my own faith, not for show. Quiet steps, heavy truth. If I speak, it's a full stop. If I don't, you already know. Eyes look, then look away. No need to say a word. The air does introductions. Feared but respected. Not for noise, for results. I don't push, space makes room. I don't ask doors, remember me. My voice stays low, temperature drops. My hands stay still, pressure rises. Calm isn't soft, it's loaded. Danger isn't loud, it's certain. I don't want twice, most days I don't want once. I speak in full stops, not speeches. I sign with a nod and move on. They test the water, I am the tide. They measure me, the ruler bends. I carry storms under a suit jacket. Lightning waits for permission from my sleeve. Respect is paid, not requested. Fear is quiet, like me. If I stand, the room stands straighter. If I move, the night moves too.
I arrive with a coat check counting seconds. Hush stitch needle on the seams. Gloves try for purchase on the marble. Find only where they're polished clean. They bring their nets of little questions. I step through dry and leave no thread. The room rehearses on my breathing. Strings aligned to a measured blink. I set a glass down, crystal shivers, and every plan forgets its aim. I wear quiet like a tailored verdict, kept under linen, warm as steel. When I choose a single syllable, the table knows which way to kneel. No thunder, just the weight of manners, a nod that straightens crooked deals. By the time a word leaves my cuff, the outcome's already signed and sealed. Study pause as if their maps could help. Compass is spinning in velvet air. Portraits squint and fail to name me. Titles loosen at the stair. I let the clocks walk out ahead. They reach the end and I'm already there. Candles stand like soldiers listening. Wax held tight as winter bone. I clear my throat, doors correct themselves. Footnotes bow to be alone. I wear quiet like a tailored verdict, kept under linen, warm as steel. When I choose a single syllable, the table knows which way to kneel. No thunder, just the weight of manners, a nod that straightens crooked deals. By the time a word leaves my cuff, the outcome's already signed and sealed. I keep my consonants in velvet cases, vowels tuned low like cellar strings. One touch to the bell, thin silver, and weather remembers who it serves. The ledger closes of its own accord. Ink behaves when I adjust my tie. The chairs lean in at the faintest tilt. I let the silence pour the wine.
A single phrase pared down in postures. Magnolia cold, cathedral fine. What needed guiding finds its posture without my hand upon the spine. I wear quiet like a tailored verdict, kept under linen, warm as steel. When I send a syllable across, the chessboard moves of its free will. No thunder, just the law of courtesy. A glance that teaches storms to heal. By the time the note leaves my tongue, the finish has already learned to kneel. I button night to the last black pearl, leave the echo in perfect health. I don't arrive to claim the crown, I let the room crown itself.
I walk like weather folded in a coat, polished hush on the marble of my name. Cufflinks catching midnight, nothing loud. I pour the silence first, then the flame. I don't chase echoes, doors unhook themselves. A violent breeze, and the room remembers how. I learned from winter how to hold a word until it shines like glass between the teeth. I don't raise my voice, chairs lean closer. What's meant for me arrives on quiet feet. I move like a rumor in velvet, a blade kept under a book's warm page. If she turns back, the air will tell her I left my cologne on the empty stage. Not bitter, just balanced and patient, and not in the thunder minds its place. I keep the waltz in my pocket and danger smiles behind good taste. Chessboard breeze, bishops in the walls, ink dries slow on a handshake's O's. I count to 10 while storms rehearse, and let the metronome teach them poise. I polish mercy like a silver watch, wind it once and let the minutes choose. Curtains stir when I adjust my tie, candles stand at attention in their brass. I let the silence set the table first, then speak, and watch the ripples pass. I move like a rumor in velvet, a blade kept under a book's warm page. If she turns back, the air will tell her I left my cologne on the empty stage. Not bitter, just balanced and patient, or not in the thunder minds its place. I keep the waltz in my pocket and danger smiles behind good taste. I keep the wolves on a short proverb, feed them manners, let them sleep. I touch the crystal once clear note, and every restless shadow keeps. I iron out the night with steady hands, black tie stitched to a measured breath. I open doors and let them speak for me. Portraits blink and secrets dress in tugs. I sign my leaving with a fountain pen, midnight ink that doesn't smudge. I move like a rumor in velvet, a blade kept under a book's warm page. If she turns back the air, we'll tell her I left my cologne on the empty stage. What's gone can't circle if it wants to. I'll be the quiet she can't replace. I keep the waltz in my pocket and danger smiles behind good taste. I bow to the room without a sound, leave no footprints, just a line. I don't arrive, I happen in the night, adjusts its spine. Anything you master silence, you practiced it. You think you know the dark, you visited. I grew up where voices don't echo. I learned to breathe on the velvet storms. You wore the night like a costume, I wore it like skin. You bought a quiet forfeit, quiet raised me, fed me rules. I didn't meet in daylight till I was grown. When it finally showed, it shouted, it tried to blind. I closed it like a door, buttoned my coat, kept moving. You stutter stillness like a trick, I use it like a tool. You wait for courage to arrive, I work while the room holds its breath. I don't fear the dark, it clocks in for me. I don't chase a noise, it's chasing me in tires. If I speak, that's the finish. If I don't, you already know. Your quiet shakes, my ways of time. Your shadow asks for permission, mine signs the ledger. We are not the same. Remember that when the lights go out. Group check mouths my surname like a password. Manners fold themselves when I lift a hand. Group chats dim the second glassware settles. The measure de-edit noise to sand. I breathe, the minutes sign their ledger. I nod, the corners of the room understand. If my voice enters, the matter's already history. No volume, just a orchestra choosing sides. By the time I answer, ink is sleeping. They study my next step and still arrive behind. Elevators wait a beat on my flumber. Key cards behave when I straighten the cuff. They rehearse my habits like a weather report. Forecast right,
timing wrong, never enough. I clear my throat in contracts, remember how to close themselves without a fuss. If my voice answers, the matter's already history. No volume, just architecture choosing size. By the time I answer, ink is sleeping. They study my next step and still arrive behind. I keep the thunder courteous, buttoned under linen. Silence rides a tie clip, polished patient shore. The outer circle clinks too hard at corners, counting breaths they cannot cure. Waiters trade glances like on plate cards. Chairs lean closer when I set down thought. Smiles across the table, try on courage. Find the fit too tight, return it to the box. I lift a brow, calendars adjust. What needs deciding learns to walk. If my voice enters, the matter's already history. I speak once, the hallway chooses width. They know my pattern doesn't help them. I leave with weather on a leash. Coat check knows my time to the minute. Chairs lean in when I uncross a thought. Manners close before I point habit. Group chats go quiet when my glass lands off. If you hear me speak, the verdict's yesterday. I don't raise a tone, the ceilings do it for me. By the time I answer, ink's asleep. Out on the edges, hands forget what to do. They read my sleep and straighten calendars. Keys pause in the lock when I pass the hall. I lift a brow, the math complete itself. They know my next move because I always make it. A nod and a room remembers posture. I keep the thunder button, storms obey. I lace the night like patient stitch. Wool coat brushing spinal doors. My shadow folds itself at heel. Lamplight keeps its posture sure. I let the corridor finish speaking, then set the hinges back to calm. Park and watch, breath steady as a cello. One click for weather, one for will. I taste the room without a word.
Even the carpets learn to still. I travel under velvet ceilings, leave no echo, only form. Not and all the glass remembers how to hold a quiet warm. If anyone looks up to measure, they'll find the scales already true. I do not ring, yet every hallway knows exactly what to do. Gloves sleep flat on polished wood, ink behaves inside its well. I write my answers with absence first, let porcelain carry what I won't tell. Eyes across the gallery soften, reading a page that isn't there. Silver learns my fingerprint by rumor, matchbooks bold without a spark. I let the clocks go on ahead, they only prove I own the dark. I travel under velvet ceiling, leave no echo, only form. Not and all the glass remember how to hold a quiet warm. If anyone looks up to measure, they'll find the scales already true. I do not ring, yet every hallway knows exactly what to do. I keep my consonants in jacket lining, vowels resting like winter rain. One sleeve adjusts, mirrors align, even the portraits drop my name. No smoke, but all the candles lean. No threat, yet every storm stands straight. I let the silverware choose its places, place cards settle in their skin. The city hums beneath the marble, and I walk through, not making wind. What needed choosing finds its shape the moment I pass by. I travel under velvet ceilings, leave no echo, only form. A nod and all the glass remembers how to hold a quiet warm. If doors decide to open wider, it's only courtesy in bloom. Never hurry, I arrive, and silence rearranges rooms. Hair brim low, the night well mannered, footstep folded, edges pressed. I leave a line where echoes end, and let the quiet sign the rest. The lobby takes a breath and fixes his tie. My name will rise before I do. Needle folded in the air. Eyes land like small aircraft on a calm sea. I register traffic, not turbulence, and keep walking. I don't audition for the room. The room auditions manners. Applause is an auction I don't attend. The carpet underlines my path in quieting. Chandelier study discipline and patch. I keep tomorrow in the inside pocket. Blueprint crease once. Elevators learn my floor by heart. I still take the stairs. Ambition isn't loud, just punctual. It meets me at the landing with the key. Conversations reach toward me like vines of glass. I nod and let them find their trellis elsewhere. I'm friendly the way marble is friendly, cold, dependable, carrying the weight. If someone needs a reason, the ceiling can explain. If someone needs a verdict, the cutlery decides. I pour water that behaves like thunder. The table straightens without being told. They rehearse curacy and smoky surfaces. I prefer windows that open to cranes and clean lines. The city measures itself against my sleeve. The sleeve remains unimpressed and correct. I skip the ceremony of being understood. Results do the introductions after I leave. Receipts file themselves under inevitable. The staff writes my pace into policy. I carry silence the way a lighthouse carries flame. Seen if needed, otherwise assumed. When I set my glass down, calendars click into place. When I rise, tomorrow stands and buttons is cold. Winter quiet, the room tilts, eyes track us light. Radar, nobody smiles. Too high, glasses stop mid-air. We move one line, same pace. No chatter, just breath. Jackets closed, hands clean. The floor learns our route. They look at us like a pride of sharks. Fins in suits, water in our wall. Brave feels it first, heart on fast forward. The air tastes like metal and focus. We don't raise voices, we raise pressure, we don't crowd. Space chooses us. If I speak it, it's already settled. If I don't, the silence does the math. That hush is fuel, that stare is fuel. That small shake in their glass fuel. We ride it calm and full. No need to warn, the current wants. No need to rush, the tide is ours. We pass and the room resets. We leave and the night keeps score. You wanna know I do when I'm sad? Nothing. When I'm scared, nothing. Fucking nothing. I'm not a fucking pussy. I breathe, I square up, I move. I don't post it, don't vent it. I fold the feeling, put it in the inside pocket. I keep walking, the room adjusts. I'm the man. I get the job done. I'm on a mission. No begging, no drama. Checklist pinned or done. Silence on my side. Pressure in my palm. All else for courage I have. They look for comfort, I look for the switch. They look for someone to fix it, I already did. I keep my word, I keep my pace. I keep my hands clean and my aim steady. If I speak, it's to finish. If I don't, the work is speaking. I don't freeze, I focus, I don't float, I deliver. I'm the man, I'm the man. I get the job done. I'm on a mission. Brushes the door in the mountains. Eyes collect on me like corns in a dish. I notice the way you know weather. Interesting, brief, not changing my stride. Chairs lean a fraction toward the quiet. Glassware tries on a smaller breath. The carpet smooths its little rumors. The ceiling practice holding still. I let the silence handle those seductions. Pocket watch keeps time on low. If a name is needed, a room provides it. I'm busy with the angle of my cuff. They measure distance with their staring. The day recalls before it reads. I wonder at the fuss, the way a winter wonders at the geese, then moves on. Water and crystal, the politest thunder. One knot and cutlery behave. Portraits pretend to study sconces, but every frame has found my pace. Stoic is the word the clocks will use. If I allow them second thoughts, I keep my weather neatly folded. It does the speaking, I do not. If I choose a sentence, doors corrected. If not, the air conducts itself. Let them practice orbit with their glances. My path is straight and paid in hush. I pass through like a well-made line, ain't deciding what it needs. They can keep the question in their saucers. I keep the answer in my sleeve.
round table rehearsed the revolution. I booked a long hallway, coffee ring, bloom on memos, while I draw a clean horizon through the page. They obey yesterday in polished shoes. I button tomorrow to my sleeve. The lobby mirrors pass each other forever. I pick a door and make it lunch. Elevators argue over floors. I take the stairs and let my breath decide. Committee notes curl back on themselves. My pen keeps the plumb line honest. They call it carousel momentum. I call it music without a roll. Complaints rise like steam from a heavy cup. I open a window and continue. It's quiet in the lane that doesn't bend. Good, quiet, cufflink steady. Footsteps sound like a ruler, tapping marble. Forward, forward, done. Faces at the edges wait for consensus to green light their spine. I nod to no one in particular, and the corridor straightens out. They redraw circles with finer ink, then gather to admire the loop. I sign the margin where the arrow lies, and leave the circle to its praise. Group chat stack identical questions. I send a period and walk. If my voice enters the room, it's only to close the fire that chased itself. They measure bravery by the size of the crowd. I measure it by distance. Chandeliers talking rings about rings. I prefer the aisle and a coat that fits. 1,000 glances looking sideways still add up to standing still. I keep my weather folded in a pocket square. I move through theirs untouched. Alone isn't empty, it's aligned with purpose, iron flat and true. They wait for signals from each other. I travel by north kept quiet. When the whole way finally whispers enough, the corners fall in line. By then what needed moving has already learned my stride.